We ought to pray. If you're a young man, a young woman, in this your era, you cannot pray. Oh my God. Jacob fought with the angel. For the Bible says Jacob fought with the angel, and Jacob was left alone, and there rested a man with him until the breaking of the day. He said, and when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, and he wrestled with him. With this wrestling that the Bible is talking about, it was talking about prayers. Jacob fought with the angel of God. Jacob prayed. And with these prayers that we are talking about, you don't just pray because you know how to pray. Because as a young man, you need to pray. As a young daughter, you need to pray. As a young son, you need to pray. As a young guy, you need to pray. You need to pray. And so sometimes when we come to church, with this thing I will say it and say it. Always I will say it. For someone say, because of our prayers, he's not coming to church again. Because when we stand to pray, even when it's open prayer and we are praying, we pray as if we don't have intestines. We pray as if we don't have veins. We pray as if we don't have blood. For we need to pray, and men ought to pray. Because the thing that is chasing men, the thing that is chasing destiny, when you stand to pray, you just say the prayer topic and you burst in the language of the Spirit. Because when the prayer topic is being laid down, it's led for you to blast in the language of the Spirit. And so we stand in sometimes when we get to mountains and we are praying, sometimes we see people, they crowd their hand like that and they began to paga. We are chanting, oh God. We are connecting antennas. We are connecting wires. For the Bible says we are naked wire. Oh my God! And when we began to pray, our wires began to charge. And so when our wires began to charge, you cannot touch a naked wire like that. Oh my God! You cannot touch a naked wire like that, because when a wire is being naked, when the cover of a wire has been removed and is connected to electricity, oh my God, you cannot touch it, because the power that is flowing through that wires, it is a wire of fire, it is a wire of strength, it is a power of strength, it is a power of power, fire of, oh my God, it is a fragrance of fire. And so you cannot touch just a naked wire like that. So when you get the opportunity to pray, we pray as if we don't have blood. We pray as if we don't have food inside our system. Oh my God. Men ought to pray and not to faint. Men ought to pray and not to faint. And so when we get the opportunity to pray, we don't care whoever is watching us. We don't care what people will say. We don't care what others are looking at. Because sometimes when people come to church, they are just there to be spectators. They are just there to be to just inspect whoever is leading the church. They are just there to inspect whoever is praying. They are just there to inspect whoever will give the biggest offering, whoever will give the biggest sacrifice. But when we get the time to pray, we avail all ourselves, we avail all our beings, and so we clap our hands just like that. Sometimes we find a stand of microphone to peg yourself like that, and you bagadi ata abanding ipini manatan atina apeya akadia atan ipinding ding. And sometimes you grab the microphone like that and you bend down your sissy. You say you are like, my God, you are not watching anyone. All you need data and all that you know, that for the Bible say men ought to pray and not to faint. And my Bible said it got to a time, my God, when Jesus began to pray, he said the continent of his attire, oh my God, began, and the sweat of him began to turn to blood. Because when Jesus tapped the rock on the ground, at the gimbin de dende, a penny adia, a penny dende, ipini manakon de dendia, he began to pray, and even the sweat on him it turned to blood. My God, men ought to pray and not to faint. Young brother, this is the time for you to pray. Young sister, there is no time for you anywhere. Oh my God, if you are waiting for an error is coming. When you open your eyes, all that you see is school fees. When you open your eyes, all that you see is the baby crying. A sister, oh my God, a sister, I'm here to tell you that this is the only time for you to pray, because a time is coming when you open up your eyes, you see the homework of the babies, of the children. All that you see is school fees. All that you see is light bill. All that you see is water bill. All that you see is, oh my God, when am I going to open my store? Because time is getting far, but this is the time. My God, this is the time that when you open your eyes, all that you see is your ceiling, is your fine. And as you see your fine and your ceiling, it is telling you that this is the season for you to prevail. This is the season for you to intercede upon today. And so some of us, when it's time for us to prevail, we just hold up our stomach like that and we claw our head like that. You need to adia apana adia apendenge dende ipini mene dendia apandinge diada ragadende. Oh, this is the time to prevail. Young sister, this is the time to pray. This is the time to pray. You don't need to joke with your life. You don't need to joke this time. This time you need to charge your atmosphere. You need to charge your spirit in prayer. As a young sister, I'm here to encourage you that this is the time to charge your fire. This is the time to charge the atmosphere. This is the time to prevail for your destiny. For a time is coming when you close your eyes, oh my God, all the dream that you had is the dream of opening provision stores. Is the dream of provision stores. And so sometimes you stand up, adia, apandingedia, adanda. Oh my God.